footytips.com.au TV.
This week, isn't it? G'day everyone, welcome to footytips.com.au TV. My name's Jimmy Smith. I'm with Lana Taylor. G'day Lana.
Hi Jimmy.
Now, round 19 of the NRL this week. Let's just clear up how everyone went round 18 and also clear up why are you wearing that shirt, Lana Taylor?
Okay. Well, I got 5 on the weekend, Jimmy.
Right, and the shirt? Oh no, it looks fantastic.
I just thought I'd mix it up a bit, have a little bit of, something a bit different. What about your shirt?
Thank you. It's not different.
I'd like to
certainly.
know which shirt our viewers prefer, yours or mine. By the way, it's not a shirt, you'd call it a top.
It's a
there's
top.
there's no buttons
We'll
and
set up a
collar.
1-800 number so people can ring in. I think this could be a long one tonight. We might have to
Come
be quick
on,
on different
come
occasions.
on.
All right, Friday night, let's go. It's the Sharks up against the Sea Eagles, Toyota Park. The Sharks are really struggling, beaten by the Roosters last week.
They are, and now with no Greg Bird.
Correct.
I mean, Henry Perinara in at 5'8". I don't know how often he's played there. And when I look through the team, it just all of a sudden feels like a team that I haven't recognised for a while.
No Paul Gallen, of course,
Yeah,
suspension.
exactly.
And they've been two key players. The talk is that Adam Dykes will come back, which will be obviously a good thing. But I think
Yeah, regardless, the Sea Eagles, got to go with them.
Sea Eagles for mine in that one as well. The next game on a Friday night, it's the Titans up against the Bulldogs up at Gold Coast Stadium. And the Titans, all of a sudden, it's unravelling for them.
It is, and we tipped that last week. We thought they'd go down, they did, and now definitely no Scotty Prince. I was so surprised to see him named last week, and he couldn't get through the game.
No.
And, the Dogs are just very strong.
Very strong, of course. Last week, mitigating circumstances for them, losing that game, losing players throughout the game. You can't really tip for that. Yeah. I think the Bulldogs will bounce back with Sonny Bill back in the side as well. Saturday, very interesting. The first game at 5:30. It's the Panthers up against the Dragons at CUA Stadium. And the Messiah is back, Mark Gasnier.
He might be back, but I don't think it's going to save them. Not that the Panthers have got anything to write home about at the moment, but they did get a good win.
Yes.
And I think they just needed to break through. They needed a breakthrough. They needed to believe they could win again. And being out there at Penrith, I don't think Gaz will save the Dragons here.
They've had a couple of false dawns already this season, though. They've had false dawns.
Nice.
Spectacular wins, the Panthers. And just when you thought they'd get on a roll, they've slipped back to the pack. But they are playing the Dragons, who, of course, spanked last week by the Warriors. Jamie Soward's playing pretty well, creating a lot of stuff. How he goes with Mark Gasnier is going to be interesting. But I agree with you. I think it's too much for Gaz. He'll just be the naughty boy, not the Messiah this week. And,
okay.
I'm going to tip the Panthers in that one. The first 7:30 game, it's the Knights up against the Roosters at Energy Australia Stadium. Absolutely thumped by a red-hot Melbourne Storm on last Monday, the Knights.
They were. I mean, they just didn't look like contenders. I mean, when I do compare that performance versus how the Rabbitohs went against the Storm, that's where I get the confidence of the Rabbitohs. Look at how well they went against the Storm.
I believe the Rabbitohs are on Sunday.
Let's stay with
Saturday
But the Storm
night.
got absolutely thumped. The Knights got absolutely thumped on the weekend.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what's happening with Danny Baderas. He's on, he comes off, he's not happy to be off.
Speculation,
What's going on?
speculation that, he's clearly carrying an injury because you don't take him from the field unless he is carrying an injury. And the speculation he'll miss out this week in terms of playing. That's the heart and soul of Newcastle gone.
I agree.
And Freddie Fittler, super coach,
Yeah,
2 weeks
we
in.
tipped that one.
2 weeks in, I think he's going to have 2 from 2.
Yeah, and he's named the same side. I think so as well. Even going up to Energy Australia, that's tough, but I think they can do it.
And Craig Wing playing halfback. And all of a sudden, Roosters fans are starting to think 2002 they won the comp. They may not make the 8 this year, but things are moving in the right direction for them. Storm against the Raiders at Olympic Park. Storm. Okay, we did that quickly. On Sunday, now this is a game of interest. The Tigers, so bad last week against Manly, up against the Warriors side who can score points, but can they do it away from home?
I think they're going to finally do it away from home, and I think you're going to tip that too.
How do you know? Are you looking at my notes?
No, I'm not. But
what did I say about Grant Ravelli?
You love the Warriors. Grant Ravelli? What role is he going to play?
A strong one, an important role.
And Wade McKinnon too.
Oh well, your man Wade, my man
There'll
Grant.
be a length of the field try from Wade-O, no doubt.
Our man Ivan is doing a great job over there.
Warriors.
The Warriors. They'll come to Campbelltown and they'll be strong and they'll be tough to beat. The Tigers struggling a little bit. That was a really poor performance against Manly at Brookvale last week. So I'm going to go the Warriors. That surprised me. I thought you'd go the Tigers there. Anyway, no surprises here. It's Sunday. It's Telstra Stadium. It's the Rabbitohs against the Cowboys. And the good thing for the Cowboys is they will have a spot to warm up before the game.
Interesting. Okay. For the Rabbitohs, I think everyone knows that they need to score more points.
Correct.
And that's why the team has changed.
Opposition.
They need to score more points than the opposition and more points in general. And that's why the team has changed this week. David Peachey has not made the side out of form.
Wow.
and Nathan Merritt is now at fullback.
They're very good, the Rabbitohs. They really are. They do the little things right. They compete on every play. They play for the 80 minutes, and that's something that all Rabbitohs fans have got to be really happy with. But you're right. They need points.
They have to win.
They need points. They were very lateral last week, going side to side, and when they needed ball runners. And as soon as Ben Rogers looked, dummied, and go...
And who do you offload to? Nathan Merritt pushing up.
In saying that, they were superb in defeat, the Cowboys, against the Broncos last week. Jonathan Thurston came onto the field at halftime after they were down 24-4 and said, right, well, I'm going to win this. You guys can either come with me or not. And he was absolutely brilliant. And I know it's away from home, but the Bowen and Thurston show, I think, is going to be enough to get them home. I think they've got, obviously, a lot more points in them than have the Rabbitohs.
Well, I'm banking on the Rogers and Merritt show.
Okay, and remember the Cowboys, they will be warming up in a specific area before that
Don't know why you keep bringing that up.
Monday night, it's going to be great. It's on Triple M in Brisbane and in Sydney. It is the Broncos up against the Eels and no Darren Lockyer. No Darren Lockyer for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it changes everything.
Doesn't it?
This would have been an easy game to tip, but now that Lockyer's out, I think it's difficult. What do you think, Jimmy?
I actually think that the Eels, I don't think they have the resilience of a side like the Broncos. There's one thing about the Bronx, they are tough. They find a way to win. And unfortunately for them, a lot of it's on the back of Darren Lockyer. They're going to have to find it without him. Tony Carroll at 5'8's interesting, but I think Carmichael Hunt will play a lot of second receiver.
5'8's these days, they're not what they used to be. Tony Carroll, come on.
No, they are not what they used to be. He's been in superb form though, Tony Carroll. I don't think he'll be a ball runner. Obviously, that's what he does best. Carmichael Hunt will get at second receiver. I think the Ennis experiment is still working very strongly for the Bronx. They maintain the rage there. I just find they're a side more resilient than an Eels side that I still have question marks over 6 and 7.
So what's your tip? Sorry, can we get
Broncos.
There?
Got the Broncos.
Yeah, and I think the Eels actually don't have a good record up there at Suncorp. They've sometimes been thumped.
Yeah, they
royally.
got thumped last year, didn't they? Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure of the tip I was going to make until we had this little discussion. I think I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Okay, Lana, let's just clear up for everyone with the tips you're going for this weekend.
Yes, they are the Sea Eagles, Bulldogs, Panthers, Roosters, Storm, Warriors, Rabbitohs, Broncos.
Well, only one different. And my tips are Sea Eagles, Bulldogs, Panthers, Roosters, Storm, Warriors, Cowboys, and the Broncos. So there you go. Now, I know that I'm going to hand over to Lana for just a little while, hopefully. She has a tip for the night.
I do. My tip is, Jimmy, why don't you get a haircut?
I got a haircut?
Well, I think you need another one.
I got it? What do you mean?
Well, I just wanted to say something about you. You always pay me out.
I'm not paying you out.
I just thought I've got to say something about you.
I said you were gorgeous.
Get a haircut.
Okay, well, I'll get a haircut for next week. I was going to say, don't let school interfere with your education. Which sort of work, don't always do what they say at school, and your education comes from other areas. But after that haircut thing, I'm a bit shattered. Next week.
All right, see ya.
Later. JT been swearing much at home?
Always.
Footytips.com.au TV